Hey everybody, OG Mumbling Nick, I'm back. If you don't know why I left, well, that'll be a different video. But not a lot of you watch me, but the ones that do, I'm guessing you know why I left. But anyway, um, I'm gonna be focusing my videos on things that I wanted to cover all along, and that's like political and social issues, especially working class American issues. That's my passion. Um, I'm gonna try and link it to the Dabbleverse. I'm gonna make a probably the video after this. I probably should have made it before this one, but whatever. I wanted to make this one, but the one I'm gonna make next will kind of just be an overall outline, like an analogy of like how our political system actually works, and I'm gonna try and use like Dabbleverse characters and instances to like to like better explain it. But what I'm going to try and do is cover issues that seem to be important to people in the Dabbleverse, and I'll also cover things that are important to me. Um, and there's an issue right now that's very important to me, and there's getting a lot of talk in the Dabbleverse, well, all over the world. And that's the assassination of the CEO of United Healthcare. Um, I recently posted the meme you see there on screen saying not all heroes wear capes, some wear cream colored hoodies. Um, and I basically wrote something like, hopefully no one turns this guy in, no matter how high the the reward money gets. I made sure, I want people to know I do feel bad for his wife and his kids, but fucking like 70,000 people die every year because of these rejected claims. I saw 68,000 and 78,000, so I'm just gonna say 70. I'm even gonna keep it on the low side. We'll just go with 70, but it's somewhere in that ballpark. Um, and I got a little pushback on what I said from people I like and respect, and there might be some other people that think similarly. Similarly, sorry, there's the mumble. Um, so I just want to kind of try to explain, and I also feel that a lot of I know a good amount of Dabbleverse people are from Europe, the UK, and or you know any other major country besides the United States. You guys have socialized healthcare, so you probably don't fully understand like how our system works. Well, it doesn't work. That's the fucking problem. Anyway, for those other countries, and they can better explain than me, but there's single payer, there's all different stuff, but they don't have to worry about their health care. It's covered, you know. They don't get medical bills. Like the number one cause for bankruptcy in the United States is medical bills and medical debt. And it's something like what 66, 67%, two-thirds of all foreclosure all two-thirds of all bankruptcies in the United States are because of fucking healthcare. And the debt that they, accrue because these fucking either they don't have insurance or bloodless, gutless for-profit insurance companies like United Healthcare won't cover it. So for those of you that don't know the way our healthcare system works in the United States, number one, there are tens of millions of Americans that don't even have any health care whatsoever. So they're stuck to just go into the emergency room, for like emergencies and just not paying the fucking bill. Because what else can they do? But for the rest of us, you pay money to an insurance company and they're trying to make money. So they don't want to cover your health care. The more healthcare they cover, the less money they make. And United Healthcare is the greediest and dirtiest of all, the healthcare. They all suck, but they're the fucking worst. They reject 32% of healthcare claims, which is twice the national average in this country, meaning literally one third of like procedures that people need, they reject. They won't pay for it. This is why roughly 70,000 Americans die every year because of this shit. United Healthcare made so much money. They were the fourth most profitable company in the United States, I believe I read, something like that. Just behind a small company called Apple and ahead of another small company called Microsoft. So this company that claims their purpose is to provide healthcare for people, instead just put the money in their pockets and made billions and billions of dollars in profit. Full disclosure, I currently have United Healthcare. I'm not sure what I had as a growing up as a kid. I know we actually didn't have any healthcare for a while there. But as an adult, I've had three different uh, healthcare providers. I first had United in my early 20s. That was the first one I got when I was a contractor for a company. And then when I was hired on at that company, we got a bunch of different choices. And I went with a local insurance company called Tufts. Obviously, none of them are great, but they were far better than United. And then we had the switch. Everyone just had Blue Cross Blue Shields. And then that was many years. And then last year they switched back to United. So I'm back in this fucking nightmare. Luckily for me, my issues with United haven't been life or death like some people, but I've had my issues. I will tell you, I had knee surgery about 20 years ago, and they fought like hell. They didn't want to pay for it. They were constantly calling me, trying to like, how did I hurt my knee? Where they didn't want to have to pay, or they wanted someone else to have to pay. I actually need another knee operation. My right knee looks like a fucking grapefruit right now, and I know they're gonna fight me on it. I got in a lot of accidents when I was in my teens and early 20s. Hit by a car, fucking football accident where I had a concussion and my two front teeth bent back in my mouth and all sorts of shit. But I also have a condition where my legs, especially my right one, my shin bone, it's crooked, it's bowed. So the pressure on my knee is all on the inside. So I'm constantly breaking cartilage and shit in my knee. I have ankle problems because of the car hit by a car and because of my leg issue. Actually, I'm supposed to have a procedure where they literally saw my shin bone in half and reset it, and it's like a 6-month recovery. I'm sure United's not going to want to pay that, but to be fair to them, I have no interest in it, so I'm putting that off. I was told I needed that 20 years ago, and I haven't gotten it, so which is why I keep having issues. But whatever. Back to United, they just a simple knee procedure. They fought, and they're going to fight me again. I've been pretty open in the Dabbleverse about how I had a painkiller opiate addiction for 8 years. And when I got sober, I was seeing a doctor. I did outpatient because I needed to work to provide for my family. So I was put on medication and had counseling and stuff like that. And United fought and fought for the medication. In fact, the first probably the first month, I paid fully out of pocket. So for those of you that don't understand, like in other countries, every paycheck, I'm on the family plan, hundreds of dollars are coming out of my paycheck going to United Healthcare. And they're supposed to pay for stuff that I need when I need it. And I'm someone that only goes to the doctor when I absolutely have to. So they're taking hundreds of dollars. And then I'm also paying hundreds of dollars out of my own pocket every week to try and get sober. It was pointless. They would request certain paperwork. The doctor would send it. Then they request more, and the doctor was. This went on for like 3 or 4 straight weeks before they finally started covering it. And that's what they do. They hope you give up. They will fight, and then they would just flat out reject people. They had they were rolling out something where it got leaked out to the public, so they didn't roll it out right away, and they finally snuck it out there. I don't really know how to explain it, but basically, like if you thought, like just say you thought you were having a heart attack and you went to the hospital emergency room, ER visit, whatever, ambulance probably because you thought you were having a heart attack, and it turns out it wasn't a heart attack, then they would fight to pay for it. So you're almost better off having a heart attack, which is fucking crazy. As a lot of you know, there are people in this country that die simply because the insurance company won't cover their medication. Like insulin's a big one. So many diabetics are going without, or only taking half, and they die and stuff. It's fucking terrible. So what I'm getting at here is, aren't these insurance companies responsible for these 70,000 deaths every year? Isn't that murder or manslaughter? But because it wasn't on surveillance video, nobody cares. I feel awful for the CEO's wife and kids and everything, but there's 70,000 Americans every year who have family, and they die because these insurance companies want to make money. Is not just money, disgusting amounts of money. As I said, this company made just a little less than fucking Apple, one of the greediest companies you'll ever fucking see, and more than fucking Microsoft. Okay, as much as I don't like Microsoft or Apple, nobody fucking died from their shit. But literally, if you're United, if you're the CEO, it's like, do I pay for this guy's life-saving procedure, which might cost us hundreds of thousands, if not a million, or do we put that $1 million back into the company for profit for us? And that's what they do. And I'm supposed to feel bad for this guy? I'm not a heartless person. I don't have guns. I don't like guns. I would never shoot somebody. But I'm surprised this stuff doesn't happen more often. And I've said this before when it comes to like healthcare and school shootings. I'm surprised that someone so bereaved just doesn't, take it out on a healthcare CEO or take it out on the NRA or a politician, when you have nothing left to lose. Like, we don't know the shooter's story yet, but from God, I can't remember what it was now, but what was written on the casings of the bullets, was it like it's the saying that the lawyers do in healthcare cases to win, like deny, whatever, and that's what they wrote on the casing. So almost certainly it's going to come back that this shooter either lost a loved one or is losing a loved one because of denied healthcare from United, or they were hired by someone who's dying or losing a loved one because of that. I would be shocked if it was for another reason. So I've been to. All right. It kind of sucks because in the Dabble version, you can't get too personal with the information here, but I'll try and be as vague as possible. My wife and I, one of our children, when they were 2, was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma and was given less than a 10% chance at surviving. Tumor in their head, they cracked the skull and everything. And well, that, knock on wood, that child is now a young adult, and it was a miracle. But I can't imagine if we had a healthcare company that, if we were denied. I mean, we were actually lucky because, where I live has some of the best cancer hospitals in the world and great charities like the Ronald McDonald Foundation and the Jimmy Fund, and they help out big time. But I can't imagine if you lost a child or a chance to save your child because a healthcare company wanted big profits. And can you imagine if someone lost a 2-year-old or a young child because of the insurance company? Would you blame them for shooting the CEO? I wouldn't, or being totally distraught, And there's so many stories like that. I can't believe this doesn't happen more often. And I hope it doesn't. But I'm not going to lie. If this scares insurance companies into covering more claims, or miraculously we end up with socialized healthcare in this country, and this is what started it, it's going to be worth it. One life to save 70,000 lives a year. Because I don't know what else you do with these people. Like again, if you're not from the United States, you probably don't understand, but it's like you feel so helpless. Like I get made fun of because I I've been to like protests and I try and fight for this sort of thing. Like this is one of my passion issues, universal health care, trying to get it to the United States like it is in every other fucking major country. Like we're supposed to be the best country in the world, but not only do we spend the most on healthcare, it's the fucking worst. It doesn't cover everybody. Not even close. It's a joke. Cuba. We shit all over Cuba in this country, and their healthcare is infinitely better than ours. It's fucking crazy. So I don't know what else you do. You try and get everyone together, but it doesn't work because half the country here is socialized, and they're boom, they're already done. Oh, socialism, that's a fucking evil word in this country. Even though they don't realize that our law enforcement is socialism, our firefighters are socialism, our military is socialism. We have Social Security is socialism, Medicare, Medicaid. We have fucking public schools. Your roads, if you live in the fucking someplace cold, your roads the snow gets plowed because of fucking socialism. Libraries, it's all socialism, man. Just means like it's not fucking for profit, and our healthcare above all should not be for profit. But these guys, they don't care. They just care about money and power. So what's left besides scaring the shit out of them? That's all that's left. And like I said, I couldn't do it, but if other people are gonna do it, and this scares these people into fucking doing what's right, I'm fucking all for it. All right, I'll end there before I come off even more like psycho, I guess. But just so people realize, I mean, if you do live in the United States, you know this. No one's showing sympathy for this guy. It doesn't matter if you're a liberal, conservative, black, white, gay, straight, fucking nobody. In fact, United Healthcare had to take down their Facebook post, on their CEO because the laughing face emojis outnumbered the fucking sad ones like 7-1. Nope. Trust me, I'm not the only one, man. I probably have more sympathy than the average person because I do feel for his family. But that guy didn't feel for the 70,000 families, that he took a job and he ran a company with he brought them to record profits, knowing that meant people were dying that didn't have to die. That's not just doing your job. That's like, yeah, the Nazi soldiers just did their job too. It didn't make it fucking right. Fuck this guy. That's it. Mumbling Nick. OG Mumbling Nick. I'm out. Till next time, people. Thank you. Peace.